Well, welcome back, everybody. It has actually been about a week and a half since I did any recording on this playthrough. I was just taking a little break, playing a couple other games. To be completely honest, a friend got me back into World of Warcraft. But I wanted to come back. I wanted to get back into this particular playthrough and get us going again. The good news is for anyone who actually is viewing, there isn't really a break in upload times, other than the fact that I sometimes get distracted and forget to upload for a day, um, just because I had recorded quite a bit ahead of time, and I'm going to try and get some recordings going. So we're back here. You can see we're in camp. Karlak wants to talk. We have not rested yet. We're going to do that first. It looks like she's the only one who wants to talk. I think we had already talked to Gale. But Karlak's going to want to see if we have a way to cool her off, and we kind of do that. Shadowheart has one spell, so we're gonna do that in just a minute. Shadowheart's gonna create some water for us.
You said you might try cooling me down. Any leads? Yes!
Okay, so we're gonna hop on Shadowheart. We're gonna come over. We're gonna create water. Oh, we're gonna have to move closer first.
Let's see.
This is clever. Might even work. Come here. I'm dizzy. And you? Are you all right? I hope that's true. Because I'm hoping for seconds, thirds, and fourths once we find a way to cool off this engine. Mine too. Soon enough, you're going to be mine. But until then, I'll play nice. You have your fun with the others till then. I don't mind sharing, if I must. But keep a piece left over for me, hmm? I'd believe you if you said 1 + 1 is 7.
Karlak's so cute. So this is a kind of the steps of Karlak's romance. You know, we cool her off, we can get a little kiss. During Act 2 is when we will get the full romance, um, which obviously can't post that on YouTube, so I apologize. I will have paused the recording at that point. But you know, this is celebratory, so we're gonna go with a little wine for drinking, because why not? Today was a good day. Oh, and it looks like we do have another visit with our dream visitor.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry.
I forgot we
I
picked
have things under
a
control.
gnome.
For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places. Yes. Halsin is correct. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. I am not sure yet. To find the answers, we must first find the source. These parasites are more than illicit spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you. I have powers of my own. Unique powers. But know that we are alike. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Alright, so there's our rest. Well needed. We went through quite a bit. Gonna head back into the world, and you can see we took that rest here and pretty much ready to go on. We've already sold. We're not really carrying that much. Obviously I still have my like big bundle of scrolls. Oh my goodness, so many. I'm gonna try to be a little more active about using them, and I think next time we come back to sell, I'm not gonna worry about it this time, but I think next time I am gonna kind of par through it and see what we probably won't ever use, like animal friendship. I don't think we'll ever use that. Alright, so we've done everything this direction. We're now going to go do this other direction. There's a number of things to go do over there, including one of the most difficult fights in the Underdark, in my opinion. It can be very challenging, so let's go see how it does. First, we're going to buff up. So I'm going to put Wisdom on me, so hopefully I can spot danger. Shadowheart is going to give us aid. She's obviously working on her paladin levels, so it'd be really great if she already had her next one, but what are you going to do at that point? Let's see, Karlak. Get her Speak with Animals going. And then the Forever to cast Longstrider on ourselves, but still worth. It doesn't sound like a lot, like 1.5 meters, but you can see in combat that it can become very, very important, especially when you start kind of doing the math of like 1.5, but you know, if you run or if you have like a dash, especially a bonus movement dash. Now it's 3, and like it adds up pretty quickly. Alright, so you can see we do have some more torch stalks over here that I'm just going to go ahead and knock out real quick. A little Eldritch Blast action. Oh, I guess I can only get that one. Oh, it's interrupted even for that one. Can't get that one still, but I can get that one. I don't mess around with them. I don't want them to explode on me. Can I see this one now? Yes. So, I mentioned that this is a very, very hard fight, and it is. It's actually going to be right up here. There is going to be... Boom, and there he is. We're surprised. I don't think you can not be surprised. I've never seen where you can't. I mean, I guess I know approximately where he is. I guess I could have tried throwing it. Like a fireball or something, but... See all these things turn to stone. And we have ourselves a spectator. Thankfully it's not a full-on beholder, it's like a baby beholder. But trust me, they're still very hard to fight. He does get to go before us, and you can see his first move is to actually unpetrify somebody. Oh, and we saved against the paralyzing. That's huge, but can she live through that? Yes. Alright, so... And now we have this guy who is going to just blind us all, which is definitely a call. Okay. The fact that she lived is massive. Alright. You can see, very, very healthy. This is kind of a pull out that all stops kind of situation in my opinion. But we're going to see what everybody can do.
Over there.
We're going to bring Karlak in. She's going to straight up rage. We're not messing around. We want to kill this thing as fast as possible. So, attack, reckless attack, did hit, good hit, attack again, critical hit. Now he's silenced. I don't know how much that affects the spectator, to be completely honest. We're in a hunter's market, like, again, all stops. Oh, don't love that he missed, though.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Let's go ahead and Shadowheart. You know what? First thing we are gonna come over, we're gonna drink a potion. Huge heal on Shadowheart. Love that. Glad it was a big one.
On my way.
She's gonna come in. We are gonna go ahead and big hit. Oh, good job. Good one. And we've already used our bonus action, so we don't get to War Priest extra attack. But you can see, first round, we've already knocked it down a ton, and I haven't even gone yet.
Survival is all that matters.
So, out the gate, and I think it's worthwhile. We're gonna crit on this. Ooh, we crit on 2 even. Oh, and I forgot to do that first. Eeh. Probably should have done that. It might have been the difference, actually. It's a bummer. But I could go ahead and blow 3 sorcery points and get another spell off. I think it's worthwhile, to be honest. 6 of 15. Honestly, I'm thinking about just blowing another second level spell. Yep, we're gonna do it. I'd rather kill that spectator in 1 round. it's worth every bit.
Tongue! I offer to parley, and he brings a spectator. Twit! Quite ruined my ambush. Now, you are? We simply haven't time for all of my titles. I am Dawn, third son of House Bartol, first rank evoker, and initiate of Graven Hollows. Oh. Oh no, no, my dear dark gods below, no! A memory shard. They hold their glow for years. And it's fading. It contains knowledge that is precious to me. If it has grown this dull, then my enemies have already found the forge. Which bastard stole my glory? Zargrim? Philro? Impossible. My rivals would have stopped at nothing. Unless... Huh. Ha! The fools must have turned back, or, better yet, died in the search. Good. If they had just surrendered their research to me, we might have found the forge together. But no, they hoarded their knowledge, left each of us clinging to scraps. I had the good sense to lock mine away in the shard. And now I can claim the forge alone. Bold of you to ask. The others knew of the forge's defenses, its operation, but I know where to find it. The rest I can figure out with time. Now I am the only one searching. Or almost the only one. You proved your power in freeing me, but I need no more rivals. Try to take this as a compliment, yes?
So, of course, he turns on us. Now, what's interesting is, if you, and you can see he's got 16 hit points, like he's dead. Boop. Bye, Dorn. If you're a female drow, his reaction is very different, because female drow obviously are the dominant in the relationship between them. So it's actually a pretty interesting change of temperament, we'll just say. Okay. You know what? We're gonna go ahead. We'll just actually drink a couple potions here. Oh my goodness. You know, we'll just leave it at the one. Alright, so this is Dorn. He is the third member of the little drow group who is seeking the Adamantine Forge. And so now we have all the information if we really want it. We do need to watch the crystal. We've already read the book, obviously. And gotten the other freight drowned +1. No, we have better helms. This necklace is interesting. It's got a ray of fear and a wounding ray. I still... I think I am going to go and put it on. Gives me a couple more options here that I can use here and there. And I already have Misty Step. Now mine is a once for a long rest, so once I use it, I might swap it back. Blast Pendant, on each blast. Interesting. The only downside to that is I don't really have a ton. I have Shocking Grasp and that's it. Might hang on to it. Like, we're gonna send it back to camp. Could be useful. Of course, I can just go to Astarion, and the rest of it's just stuff to sell. But we did pick this up, and you can see we already have the other two pieces. This is one of the coolest things. So this is an item that you combine 3 pieces. make a very, very powerful spell. Staff. Now, is it better than what I'm using? It's questionable. I already have the Ray of Frost cantrip, so I don't need it from this. Dealing cold damage can put shield on it, and it does an extra damage, but I'm more likely to use Eldritch Blast than that. It is a +1 weapon, but I actually think I get more out of the Spell Sparkler right now than I'm going to get out of that. But it's a very, very cool weapon, so I do highly recommend it. You can see it's actually pretty valuable. It's like 770 gold. So even if we don't especially like the person, like it would sell for a good bit. But we're going to go and put that there. We're going to keep this. And we're going to use this memory shard real quick.
The crystal shines only faintly. A memory shard, the wizard had called it. The crystal's glow swells, drawing you into its depths. You are transported somewhere deep, loud, and hot as the hells themselves.
See right down there, that's actually
Within
the forge.
the Underdark's bowels, beyond an ancient stronghold, hovers a giant hammer, waiting to fall. An echoing clang, and you're back to yourself, left only with a firm sense of a place, a grand forge.
The Adamantine Forge. These people need a new hobby.
Now, we do have all these little bodies around. It's petrified drow. You can see, like... Oh, goodness, God. You can break them all if you want. And they leave behind nice little piles of dust and a few items. We are going to break them all. Not because I want to waste your time, intrepid viewers, but honestly because I need the armor for something. Thankfully I'll get the occasional crits, so it'll definitely break them a little faster for us.
Blood.
Ah,
No, never mind.
just trying to do that. Close my car. Yeah, you don't actually have to drag them, you can just click them. But you should see I've got a couple little things here. There's actually 3, because we have this one with this backpack. That we'll have to deal with in another way. Because if you see, there's also a torch there. But we're not going to break all of them, we're just going to get a few of them.
Traps.
Literally just need like 3.
How much farther can I go?
I'm not trying to waste your whole day. Alright, so we have a skeleton here.
What's
Ooh. Little place we can dig. So, I know I made it sound like that spectator fight was really, really hard, and then we killed it basically in a round. We dumped a lot to get that down, to be completely frank. That should not have gone that quickly. But, I knew what I was getting into, is a big part of it.
Here goes nothing.
And we literally just dumped just everything to kill him that quick. I used 2 level 2 spells and 3 of my 4 sorcery points. So ultimately used a lot of my resources for the day on the first fight of the day, basically. We're gonna take this mage in and it's gonna move this torch. so far away from the vector. We're gonna go throw this torch like way over here. Now, why are we doing that, you might ask?
All's well that ends.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna grab this. Just also gonna throw. Let's get flower here. Throw this there. That's why. Now,
I've got a long road ahead.
eh, probably not the most worthwhile, but still.
Watch how you go.
And now I can now throw this over right
Maybe I
there
should
and kind of recover that
This is
hole.
good. Moving in.
And if we can find this last
Watch how
one,
you go. There's a trap.
and we can throw some armor to cover that one up. Boom. Covering vents, folks. Keeps the gases from coming out and just makes your life so much easier.
Might be useful.
I'm actually kind of curious what's up there. I don't know if I've ever climbed up there, and this could literally just be going back a way we've already come, but we're going to try something here. We're going to have our girl go take a look. Yeah, so you can see this is just another way around. You can jump there, climb down here, jump over here. I thought that's what that was, but
Stopped me
we
yet.
went the better explorer way, in my opinion. So now we can come down here this way. All about trying to see everything. Okay, so we have these spider webs. You can clear them off very easily with a little bit of fire. You can see we have a little chest and stuff. I don't know why I'm trying to lockpick it. We've got our man Astarion here. That's so cheesy the way I said that. I apologize, world.
A resupply stash. I wonder if Lolth's pets left anything good.
Ooh, and you can see some drow-studded armor. What do we have to see here? So this is obviously a very Loth
Don't waste a step.
friendly area. Educating the faithful. See lots of little things around here. Lots of spider eggs that we're not going to touch. We'll take a glass chalice so they sell for a little bit. Alright, so if we come back over, and we can look at people's armor. And we have spider silk armor. I think it's slightly better than this. This is just regular drow studded leather, so not worthwhile, but we'll see. Obviously, it still sells. Alright. So that's good. Didn't even look in the basket of rotting fruit because it's in the description, basically. Per usual, just destroy torch dogs or somebody wanders into them. Now,
Who the hell dug this out?
boom, just blow them up. You can see I've been picking up little swarming toadstools and stuff like that along the way.
Half this drow's body is crushed. Must have fallen from pretty high up.
Ooh, what does this have to say? Interesting. Now, if you saw that just disappeared, that is kind of where we're headed. We're gonna see if I can do it. I'm not the best jumper in the world. Oh, and you see already going that direction is not the way. So these mushrooms disappear. That's like a whole thing with them. And I'm not a very good jumper. Yeah. So it won't be me going up. We will go and have it be Carlac, I guess. She's definitely stronger. Can make the jumps. Investigation failed. I believe this is the one that disappears, so we're gonna go this way and hope I'm right. I was not right.
Fake shrooms. Deceit and danger.
Good stuff. My bad. Sorry, Carlac. I still love you, Carlac. I'm sorry. Here, heal yourself. There you go. I apologize. It's been a minute since I've done this, so I apologize to everyone that I just hurt our girl Carlac. That one she caught. It's this one that we jumped back. And that's the last one. Ah. And this is why that drow died. Like, literally, he fell and died. Now, I could have used my Get the Anki jump and just done it myself, but it's fine. So this is a portal.
Gimme.
Let me click here. If we had explored down there, there's another mushroom ring. She's going to essentially link us to it. And now we can go between them. So we're all grouped. So if I go up,
Let's get going.
there's honestly a portal that goes to Auntie Ethel's home. I'm not worried about it. But actually we'll go and go up there just in case. Yeah, there's some what we can do.
What do we have here?
See, this is invisible. On the other side, Ethel's. Done that, been there. We don't need to go to Ethel's again. There's nothing new to pick up there.
Simple enough.
It's just essentially another way into the Underdark. So you can see it connects several places throughout the game. We connect to Ethel's. We can connect to the Zentarum. You can jump down the big spider pit where we fought the spiders down here, and then of course there's the way we came, which is through the temple. All right, so now I'll try to kill this without blowing myself up. It's gonna make me walk over here, I think. Hopefully I don't. And Shadowheart just died. Love that for me. Okay, so we get her soul echo, so we can res her. Which we're going to do. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Kinda hate that.
Healing fast. I need healing.
Shadowheart has had better days.
A little help, please.
And you can see she lost her buffs too, which is really annoying. I'm not going to recast Aid at this point. Okay, I got her above half. We will go ahead. Actually, no. We're going to have her drink a couple potions. We're going to wait. I want to use my short rest in a minute.
No one back home will ever believe
I also
this.
took a little bit of damage. It's fine. I'm a little less than thrilled, but what are you going to do? I probably should have tried to get the better angle and gotten the shot off.
Someone there?
He is going to re-put... Well, let's Strider, I'll try to heart. And then actually, I think, do I have a scroll of aid? I do. Yeah, this is a really good use of a scroll of aid. Everybody gets it again. She doesn't waste a spell slot that time. Worthwhile. I like having my tank being tanky. Okay.
Never wanted the easy path.
And she is definitely going to be our main tank. Because once she gets those paladin levels on. Alright, the reason we came over here, the reason we put up with that reason Shadowheart sacrificed herself for a minute, is this over here. So you can see all these little Kuotoa, they seem to be worshipping something. Because that's what Kuotoa do. We're gonna go start a ruckus. This is a little tucked away area. It's pretty well known now, but it didn't used to be be honest. Like a lot of people were no idea it was even here. I had no idea.
Oh, blessed Boal! Our bones to build your temple in the deep.
A wave of pure devotion washes over you, and with every surge you feel a presence grow in response.
Word, priest. Promises. Your god wants proof. Wants blood.
You don't recognize the creatures, but this voice seems to have a hold over them.
You, our Lord of Murder, demands sacrifice. You will be an offering for the great god Boal.
We can go and try this first. Oh, I just ruined his hunter's mark. Dang it. Don't really care that much to find out, to be honest.
Boal wants a sacrifice. Boal wants blood.
You know what? We're just gonna attack. There's a whole conversation there. We'll have it another time. I can sum it up while we're in this combat. Basically, Bual here is. Trying to think. We got this combat. We got really just one more combat. Yep, he's gonna get some rage. I can move up to here. We're gonna try and do like one of our little tiger swings. Get her right there. This now lets us start in sneak attack. I'm gonna try to be smart. No. Mess this up the next time. So Bual this is actually a it's an avatar Bual. You can't see me making little quote fingers, but he is actually a little red cap who's pretending. Kuotoa. So the way they work is they can basically
Let's go.
their belief creates things. And so that's ultimately what's happening here. I'm going to actually use our new necklace. So I'm going to try and Ray of Fear this guy. He is now frightened. It's going to give him disadvantage. I'm actually going to hex him as well. And we'll just hex wisdom, it's fine. He's going to get to go. And he's probably still going to... Yeah, got it. A couple hits. Now, our girl is gonna come in, and what do we want to have her do? There are a lot of Koto, so not even gonna mess around. She's gonna come in swinging and miss. I'm gonna hit. We'll go and use one of our extra attacks the first round. Ow. Oh, they're getting hits left and right. Fortunately, we did not build the biggest AoE damage party, but it's gonna be fine. Starting though, getting them kills. And we're gonna just see if he can pull off a hide. Oh, he did. Sneaky starring. Okay. On this turn. I've got this guy right on me. We can try it. Did not push him away. So we'll just do that. I can move away now. And then Karlak, she's just gonna go nuts on this guy. In fact, we're gonna bleed him. Love to put bleeding on people. You can see she's done a ton of damage. And he's silenced. He's not doing it. He's bleeding. Still frightened. There's a girl. We're not gonna actually get her another attack. We're just gonna move over. Let her take that guy on. Now I can get back to using my ranged spells. Okay. Alright. There's a slight pause there because I was letting my dogs out to use the restroom. Sorry, everybody. Alright, so we do have our guy here. Can he sneak attack from that far? I don't think he can. Nah, he's too far away. Move closer, can he? We need to start killing some of these ranged ones, to be honest. I can't sneak attack, but I'm gonna go ahead and just use one of our arrows on him. There we go, still killed him. Arrow fire.
Another fight. Let's go.
I'm up. I can also do some of my ranged. Let's first have Karlak handle him.
What's it gonna take?
And then him. And then she can come up and get right next to our guy here. And then we have this one way up there too.
Still breathing, despite everything.
So we got 3 left. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna go and just pop. Ooh, not my best hits ever. I'll go ahead and put that on him. He's frightened though. I think there might have been a crit in there, even though it didn't do very much.
Feel my mistress's wrath.
Shadow Art's gonna come over and swing on him, and then we're gonna just give him a good little push. Karlak's actually gonna go up and take care of that guy. Alright. So they get one more little round here to shoot at us. You see, they're not real fond of the fact that we killed their... Oh, I guess they're frightened because we killed their, what they see as their god. Still can't. You know what, we're just gonna do a regular shot. No reason to waste an arrow when we can come over. I can do that and that. Got them both.
Heating up.
Those are only gonna get stronger once I level. Which is actually not as far off as it was. was... Ooh, dang. Wish I hadn't jumped, to be honest, but... Still got him. Probably hit so hard.
Still alive?
Okay, so we're gonna go and use a short rest.
Better than nothing.
Everybody's gonna patch up. So yeah, this guy was basically pretending to be a god. There's a lot of stuff here that we can pick up. It's gonna be just, you know, I'm just gonna pick it all up and then I'll move it afterwards. Ooh, got a little blue item. Sickle of Bual.
Can't wait to sleep.
Obviously the naming was meant to be comical. Nothing.
If not,
Oh, but yeah, he's just a red cap. You can see it even in the types of attacks he was throwing. It's the same attacks that the red cap warriors earlier would have done if we had ever let them nearby us. But yeah, this little area definitely tucked away, definitely hidden. Missed it completely on my first run. I'll be honest, don't always come down here. The jumping to get here, in my mind, a little bit of a pain. So there are a lot of times I'm just like, I mean, is it worth it? It is XP, which is good. It's a couple items, but there's really no game-breaking items down here, so it's really just the XP. So I oohed on the sickle ball, but it's really not that great an item, to be honest. It is blue. It does sell. Everything sells. And there's some chests and gold and those things. And it's not a hard fight. The honestly, frightening the red cap actually really cut down on his damage because he had what, 4 or 5 misses. That all would have been hits. If you let him just free cast, he can swing. There is one little sad thing down here, if you find it.
I had another visit. It gave me another gift, too.
Oh, I just skipped those. I'm so sorry. I accidentally clicked a star and it was like, I don't really want to talk to him.
Want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
I gotta have to be careful. Starry might get PO to me, but yeah, I accidentally skipped a couple. I apologize. Anytime I click on them randomly, I'm just like, I want out of this conversation. Ooh, we got a little stuffed bear though, for Karlak. Finally, since I lost the other one, or accidentally sold the other one. And you can see a lot of gold and stuff. There is, and I don't know if I found it, but there is actually a bottle down here with a message in it. And it's kind of sad if you read it. It's actually from Donnie, who is a little tiefling boy who didn't speak. Do suggest read it if you want like a little like oh moment. I'm not gonna go out of my way to find it and read it, but it's down here somewhere. Suffice to say is, like, long story short, Donnie is missing his parents. It's very sweet. Alright, so picked up a bunch of stuff. We're gonna sort by type, and that should group a lot of it together. Gonna let one of my strong gals carry all this like heavy stuff. So you know, we got 2 girls who can flex on you, so might as well put them to work. Sickle Bual, it's a weapon. It's light, which is fine, but it's not finesse, so it is still strength based. That's the only downside to sickles. So if you're making like a ranger or something, you can dual wield with sickles, but they don't really do that much damage compared to other things. They're just one of those weapons that it's like, great, anyone who can really dual wield this probably would rather dual wield something that's going to hit a little bit harder. If you are making like a strength-based druid that doesn't have other weapons, you can use sickles. But honestly, you're probably going to use a quarterstaff and use shillelagh. So it's just one of those weapons that doesn't really gel. Alright, so now the awkward getting back, and the reason why half the time I skip this is because of all the jumping. Because then you have to jump back, and of course Shadowheart died even to get over there, so was it worth it? Sure, but only because we have a bunch of Revivify scrolls. I mean, to be completely honest, if I wasn't doing a single recording, that's probably where I would have been, like, had saved before we did that and reloaded. But here we are. Now this is a whole different animal. First thing we're gonna do is unbreak up the group. We're gonna split up. You can see we just entered turn-based. We want to keep everyone nice and tucked back.
No time to dally.
Well, hello.
We can exit turn-based for the moment. So, what are we gonna do? These little cannons will just shoot at you willy-nilly, and we have to turn them off. And there's 3 of them, 4 of them, something like that, throughout the area. So how do we turn them off, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. First thing we're going to do is we need to get a potion. Oh. Yeah. That's where we're putting all our elixirs. We'll pile those up there later. Of invisibility. Split that. We need 1. And we're going to go to a start. And just in case, I'm going to split one of these off, because there is 1 or 2 jumps, and I would rather not have him kill himself. I'm going to save that. There will come time. In fact, I'm probably going to use it when we go to Grymforge later. Okay, so now we've got our potion of invisibility here on Astarion. So what are we going to do? He's going to drink it.
Let's go.
And he's going to haul butt. And now they can't see him. Now, the reason we're using Astarion is there is a lock we're going to have to pick. And I would just rather have him do it than mess around with it.
What's that?
Now, we found that. We're not stopping to mess with that right now. We can explore out here in just a minute once we've disabled the cannons. So how do we do that, you ask? First thing we have to do is jump over there. And that's where we need the other potion. And now, boom, I can jump really far. We don't want to take the damage if we can avoid it. Now the invisibility can wear off. It's okay now. We're past the point where we need the invisibility. Now we just need the jumping, because again, I'd rather not take damage if we don't have to. But I think we have to on this one. But we're going to see. Yeah, I think 2 is like the minimum we can take. Well, that drop for him. He just doesn't have athletics. It's not his thing.
That's curious.
Now, if you have somebody who can become very, very small, they can also go through there. But we're going with the Astarion route of there's a door over here we're going to pick the lock on.
Well, hello.
But I'm also going to loot all these little mushrooms and stuff first. And because we know we're going to need it, we're going to grab one of these. So I'm not going to be able to cast guidance on myself, because I am surrounded by anti-magic right now. Ooh, and we will need to bring somebody else back here.
Let's see.
So here's our door.
A
Lockpick. Not too hard a one. We have a plus 10. Even if we missed it once or twice, we'd get it. Alright, so. Now we are here. And you can see lots of things to pick up. So we're going to start doing that. Looting galore. And honestly, fun for a star. And he doesn't get to do it very often.
That's
Normally I'm
curious.
like, haha, I'm all the looting. All your loots are belong to me. You can see, I don't usually inspect bottle racks. Very rarely is there something worthwhile in bottle racks. And I just don't see it as worth my time to go through every single one. But we're going to put this Susar Bloom in here. There's hints if you read around. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. But this essentially has a two-part effect. It powers the Arcane Tower, but then it also turns down the Arcane Tower's defenses. Boom. So you can see those cannons are all going to sleep. But the lights are turning on. All the way to the top. Okay. Now we're going to explore the rest of the way while we head up. And we'll just move everything off of him to where it needs to go once we get there. Little Detect Thoughts necklace. Not a terrible item. I imagine if you're playing harder runs, or especially if you're playing a heavy wisdom-based character, I think Detect Thoughts is wisdom. It's either wisdom or intelligence. But if you're playing a character that fits that style of play, something like that would be handy. Just extra casts of it. We're not. So you can see we're sending up. Now, even though it's a Starian, I'm going to go ahead and do the looting on him that we need to do around here. And then we'll just move items as we need to. Just a handful of things. These are the Tongues of Madness that we're picking up for Emilian. Still that quest. If you don't remember, he's going to make us a drought to hopefully get rid of our affliction. Spoiler warning, it's not going to work, but it is actually worthwhile to still try, because there's a illithid power you get. And since I was obviously starting to do some of the illithid stuff, it makes sense. Okay, so we came on up. And this is the door, so we can go and open it and rejoin the rest of our group. We're going to do that. We're going to actually move over here, and you'll see the group will start heading towards us. And we're going to look around.
At least things have stayed interesting.
But we are going to come over here and go and empty his little bag of stuff. And we'll grab these scrolls. Hypnotic Pattern's an interesting one. We might try to make some use of that. Gold's fine for him to have. He can carry everything else, but we'll check on our experience. Okay, you can see 1700.
What to do?
We're moving along. We should level before we get to the last fights in Grymforge,
Don't mind if I do.
which will be good. I still won't have a ton of AoE at that point, but that should really boost my Eldritch Blast power. And Shadowheart's gonna have smites, which will be nice. Oh, I guess we do need to start one more time.
Let's crack it open. Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
See another hammer. It's not a bad one. It does radiant damage, but it's a light hammer, so it doesn't hit as hard. So it's kind of a catch-22 weapon a little bit. I'm not going to read the letters. I do highly recommend kind of reading up on this section.
Time to press ahead.
Long story short, there was, I guess, a woman who ran the tower. She was in love with another guy, or he was in love with her, and they intended to leave together and didn't, for one reason or another. Just didn't meet up.
Maybe I need more
I
pockets.
feel like there was a lot left unfinished in this area. Maybe they just didn't have time to really flesh it out the way they wanted, or maybe it was intentionally left a little bit vague. If you really dig into, one of the things we're gonna find is she's very much into like poetry and stuff like that. Plays.
Let's have a look.
Just kind of neat little. Oh, hey, potion of speed. It's a fair trade-off for a potion of invisibility. Yeah, I find it to be kind of a sweet, like they took the time and came up with this like backstory for this random little area. Really well thought out overall, everywhere. I could go chase down that thing that he's didn't pick up on, but we're just not gonna bother. Maybe we'll do it before we leave. So now we are obviously in her bedroom. If you remember, we picked that collar up. That actually ties to this button right here. Arcana and religion. You don't say. I have 2 rings, and I kind of need the one to see in the dark right now. But we could put that on our girl. I don't think she'll ever use it, but... also, I'm not the one who should be carrying a bunch of ingots around. And we'll give that to her. She's not gonna do it. See, that one's kind of interesting in that it has smite on it. Searing smite is a good spell, but it's okay. There's another one we'll get later that has radiant damage on it even. No. If you're gonna dual wield hammers, dual wielding 2 light hammers, not a bad way to do it. Same idea as the sickles, they do a little less damage. Pick up that painting. I read somewhere that the paintings are all some of the named ones. This is a play I was talking about, like.
Seems like the owner was quite
Um,
the literary type.
A lot of the paintings are actually of characters from the Divinity series, which is kind of interesting. Wish I could say I had played it. I haven't. It's on my list of things to try out at some point. Oh, I don't know if I looked at that one. There's a lot of little, like, maybe I did look at that one. Nope, I didn't. Oh, God, I did. There's a lot of scrolls and things like that tucked around. Like I can go grab this painting cell, man. They're kind of worth it to pick up, to be honest. Like if you look, 35, 55. We'll just stick those around Shadow Heart. Alright. So, we have one more combat here. And then before we go to Grymforge, there'll be one more. The main thing with this combat is one, we can avoid it.
Is it the foe? That foul, contemptuous heel?
You know these words. They are from the opening stanza of a play you found in this very tower.
Out of love for me, not love for blood and steel.
Command as you see fit.
My lord, my liege.
An unbeknownst command that I cannot fulfill. An unbeknownst command that I cannot fulfill.
So this is Bernard. So Bernard is... He's basically in charge of defense of the tower. He's an automaton. So we don't have to kill him. We're going to. We don't have to, but we are going to. But we're going to be smart about it and split ourselves up.
Keep a blade close. Watch the shadows.
So Starion is going to come over here. He's going to stealth.
On the hunt.
Attention!
Carly's going to come over here.
Let's get on with it.
Shadow's going to come over here. Okay. So the thing about this is Bernard hits really hard. The rest of them, less so. So it's going to be important to kill Bernard out the gate. You don't have to fight this. Obviously, we just were very peaceful with him. But, one, he has a ring I really want. Two, experience. Plus, nobody's going to miss him. Yeah. So we're going to start the combat. You can see Bernard actually gets to go before us, but he is surprised this round, which is good. So we're going to Hunter's Mark him. And we're going to miss, which is not the best, but we're going to actually duck around. He's going to go start dealing with that one. Bernard's surprised. I am actually going to straight magic missile him. He has a high defense. I did not hex him first. It's fine. You can see I haven't played in a day or two. She has disadvantage on ranged, obviously. And I'm going to save my wisdom. There we go. We got the smite on him. Don't love that we missed our second attack. And I'm going to guiding bolt him. I hope it hits. Oh, we can't hit. Guiding strike. Love it. So we've done a pretty good chunk of damage to Bernard. He's going to get one round, really. And she's going to actually come over, get in melee with this guy. They're all surprised. Okay. No, they're not surprised anymore. No, we can't bite them. We'll go and try a pommel strike. Why not? There we go. He's actually dazed. I could dip out, but I'm going to stay there. So that is not great. can see he just did absolutely a beastly ton of damage on him. Which is not what we want to see. What we were trying to avoid, you can even say. And I just killed myself in the process. So that's not good. So Shadowheart is going to give up an attack opportunity to come over here. Luckily, I don't think she did. She's going to heal Karlak. And she's going to heal her a bunch. Next round, she's going to bring me up. Now we don't want to use level 2, we're going to use level 1.
Take you. My turn.
Alright, so Karlak gets to go, which is good. Karlak's first action is going to be heal herself more. She doesn't get to attack this round, which is fine. Lots of damage. That static discharge was no joke, and then obviously they did a ton to me. We still have several enemies up and about. Thankfully, they're not doing the best job ever. They don't like this whole melee thing. Alright. Oh. Kind of sucks that I didn't stay by her, but it will be okay. He can put this on him now. And miss. Alright, love
This
that.
is my happy place.
Hey, sometimes they still miss. We're just gonna patch her up a little bit at a time, to be honest. Jump, and we're gonna drop another heal.
Take you.
Time to push my luck again.
My turn. I'm doing a lot better now.
These boots are
Still gonna tuck myself back. We're all alive! Well, you can see they're not doing a ton of damage. This is just basically gonna turn into a little bit of a... That's a good hit though.
Where do we go from here?
Whittle them down type situation.
Put 'em up.
My faith will protect me. No mercy. On I go.
Ooh. Downside when it takes a really high number to hit you. Those hits are sometimes crits. And he missed. That's fine.
So much for peace.
I'm gonna drink another one here. Don't love that I used all my second level spells, but sometimes we need the damage. I got plenty of firsts. So fun thing is you can knock these guys off. They don't always die, and then you have to deal with them coming back up. So that's why we're not really trying to do that right now.
Heading out.
She's gonna head over. She's got a pretty good amount of health. I'm not too worried. I know 29 is not her full health, but God.
Can't afford to let up.
But she's pretty beefy. And then we're gonna get Shadowheart coming over here. She can't quite get there. So we're just gonna take a shot. Short range, miss. she'll be in the mix next round. Let's see, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Ooh, that was a big hit on Shadowheart though. She didn't like that. Slowly taking him down. Try to get one on him, and the other one's out of range, so we'll just, you know what? Maybe one was gonna miss anyway.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Fuck yes.
I use that, but I want to actually see where I need to go first. Probably over. I'm gonna save for second attacks.
Alright, Karlak, it's go time.
So yeah, we'll come over.
Well,
We'll
well.
work on this one,
Look what we have here.
and everybody can turn and try to kill that. Oh,
Aye, aye.
can I get in here on this guy? No. So, but we can range him. Probably won't. Yeah. He gets one last chance. Can you take us all out? There you go, Star, and you actually get to one-on-one somebody. Alright, so we're gonna group back up. That fight was not easy.
Enough sitting
But
around.
we're good.
Let's go hurt someone.
We actually have enough resources to do the last bit I want to do. We are coming up on kind of the time I want to wrap. So we're going to kind of finish the exploration here, position ourselves, and we'll pick that last fight up, rest, and then we'll be going into Grymforge. The last fight is on the way to Grymforge, so we probably will save that for the next one. There is a stool over here we want to pick up. Ah, here it is.
Could make for a
So there is a club here, a little hidden item. It's a club of giant strength. Now, this club is meh, but it does move your strength to being 19, I think. Automatically sets your strength to 19. So, if you have a character that doesn't need to carry a weapon for one reason or another, it's not the worst thing to stick on them, because it literally will just like pump their health up. We're gonna put that on me. Doesn't really matter. Actually, I don't need the color spray anymore, so stick that over there. It's not a bad item. This was our friend's weapon. I don't like the chance to stun the wielder unless it is a construct, so obviously we're never going to use that. We're going to send that to camp. I think that would have been a really cool item if they had stuck like a construct in as a potential companion. But they didn't. So, not the best item for us, unfortunately. Now, you can see I put that ring on, and we've gotten an extra selection, if you will. I probably didn't loot everything. Yeah. But, yeah, let's go do it. Let's go get all the bodies. I don't think there's a lot. There's a bookcase here. But there's a new button, and it's going to take us down into the basement. Like,
What's that?
ooh, what is that lever, actually?
What did that do?
I literally don't know what that lever did. Never found it before, to be honest. I'm curious. Oh, whatever. We'll find out later. Or we won't. Doesn't really matter. But we're going to go to the basement. And you can see, this is a room we have not been in yet. More Timisk spores. Rotten food. Mainly, it is just a bunch of lootables. We can see it requires I was wearing the ring to see it. And we have the Staff of Arcane Blessing up here. So we'll look at it and see if it's a worthwhile staff to wear. More Tongues of Madness. So this is kind of the second spot you can get the things you need for a million. And then there's this door that leads to a little area that we weren't able to see previously. Oh, it looks like that lever upstairs, by the way, opened this door, because normally I have to open this with that lever. Interesting. We are going to go back here. We're going to check that little area that Astarion had seen. That's why we didn't come down here before. Once we dig this up, we are going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I am going to position myself on the beach for the next piece. So we're going to go teleport to the beach. And we're going to pick it up next time. Alright, thank y'all, and I hope you enjoyed it.